Hello guys, welcome back on the channel. Today we're going over a tournament I played using the new Blue Purple Luffy. It was my first OP11 tournament and I decided to bring this deck because based on the results from Asia, it seemed to be the best deck and I was curious to try it out. So the first matchup is against BUGGY. That is a really good deck after the new starter deck. And I lost the dice roll and I went second. He had a solid start with a pilaf on 3, that is always good. And my plan in this game is to starve him. I want to give him no resource at all, and then I will trade this bird. Here I decided to play the Zorojuro instead of the Bonchan. Basically because you can ramp one more time thanks to Zorojuro. Okay, here he goes with a Searcher. What a Crocomioke. I was pretty lucky because he had no Crocomioke in hand before playing the Searcher. So now it will come down turns later, and now he will play Albedo, and that's fine for me. Okay. Okay, as I said before, I want to starve him, so I will bid for 4k instead of 5. I don't want to give him any life. And I'm already at 7 done, so I will play a Bonchan, ramp to 8, and now I can start using my leader ability right away. Here he will trade on the Zorojuro, but it's completely fine. And I decided to guard this attack to play around padding, that is really good in the matchup. Okay, here he can start doing his stuff with Crocomioke. And he will call 4-cost Buggy into 6-cost Mioke. So a turn later, but it's still a good play for him. And now I will start to trade into his board. So I am at 8 done, so leader ability. Okay, here it's perfect. Sanji into 8-cost Kata is huge. And I think that when you have the opportunity to do so, summoning a Kata is the best thing you can do. Because it will keep you high in Dawn every time. Okay, here, as I said before, I will swing into his board. I don't care too much about the Bonchan, I will just let him destroy him, but I wanted to get cards out of his hand. Okay, and here, Sanji into Kata. Katakuri is so strong, it's an impressive card. And I'm running 4 copies, clearly. Okay, here he plays a 4-cost that becomes a 5 thanks to the effect, and he's able to play the Buggy. That is really good, and I will bottom deck my Katakuri. I think that is right to bottom deck Katakuri, and then he will swing into my Bonchan, and then he will swing face with everything he has. Okay, he's very low on cards, and I will keep getting more and more cards thanks to my leader ability. So now I will just keep swinging into his board while getting cards in hand thanks to my leader ability. Okay, here I will swing 9 on the Crocomioke, and he will block and draw a card thanks to the blogger ability. I will go with another Sanji and drop a 10k Rush Luffy, that is really good, because now I can swing another time into Crocomioke. And that's a 10, that is really big. And I will pass, not swinging into his life at all. Okay, here he goes with a 6 on my leader. I will take the first hit. Another Sanji, I don't think that is relevant, but we'll see. Okay, Here, I decided to use my Gear 2. And here, he decided to swing on my board. I think that he should have gone to my face, because now I have a lot of tempo. Okay. Yeah, nothing useful on the top of my deck, so I will just bottom deck. Okay. Here I will swing. If he blocks with Mihawk, that's really good for me, because I can swing on him. So he let the card go, Darvida. Now I will go 12 on 12 to get rid of a card from his hand, or a blocker. Okay, I get a card. Okay, I will go with a red rock. And I'm at 2 life, lot of cards in hand, and this board is basically empty. His hand is basically empty too, and he spent a turn clearing my Sanji. I think that versus Blue Purple Luffy, you should be always aggressive, because if you give him a lot of tempo, thanks to Big Mom, he will gain lives and he will place a lot of board thanks to Sanji. It's always better to be aggressive, basically. Okay, here I will add a Zero Juro, a Giant. I'm really safe in hand. I have like infinite counters. And now I will start swinging, because his board is basically empty. Okay, another Sanji. I will play Big Mom. I think that, yeah, I can get rid of the Katakuri and put the Mihawk bottom life. Okay. And thanks to the initial starving in the game, I was able to clear his board easily and place a lot of big bodies. And now I will get 2 cards every turn, and they will not be able to keep up, basically. Okay, here you go with a 6. I will just guard. No point to not play around padding. Okay, Crocomio. Okay. And now that's always the same thing. I will draw 2, and place a body, and swing face, without any problem. Yeah, I think that here I will just add more counters. I will swing 6. Then 9, 9, 9. Okay, peel off trigger, good. And then I will use the Rush Luffy. For sure, yeah. Okay. And I will just win the game the next turn. Like, no way to survive a board like this. Here he goes with the padding. But also after the padding, I still drew a lot of counters. Okay, leader ability, con la Crocodile, another blocker, but the game's over, and he just decided to give up. Okay, the second matchup is against Purple Katakuri, Katakuri Knowledge. I think that this Katakuri deck is not so good. We basically do the same thing, but do it better, so no point to play that deck. But we will see in the game that he has some interesting plays. Okay, here I decided to starve again, but I don't know if the starve strategy is a viable strategy against Katakuri, because he has the 8 cost Katakuri just like me. So maybe that was a mistake, and I think that I should have just attacked. Okay, solid start with a padding, 7 face. but I will take it without any problem. He's not so aggressive. Okay. Here I go with a NAMI. No point to ramp in this moment. I just want to play the Katakuri and then start to chain my Sanji. So I prefer to play a blocker. That is really good. And here again, I will not attack. But as I said before, I think that is a mistake in the end. Okay, here he plays Prospero. That is a really good 5-drop for the deck. And they will swing 7 again. Okay, ramp 1 active Dawn. Okay. 8 cost card and I'll pass the turn. Okay, here he goes with a 9 cost big one. That is pretty good, I think. I don't know, honestly, because giving one more life to this deck doesn't look so good. Okay, he will swing for 6. I will just block. I want him to swing with the Prospero, to swing on him the next turn. So I want to force the attack, basically. Okay, here we'll go with a 7, and I will guard. And here he plays a padding, it's basically the searcher of the deck. Okay. Now I will start to use my leader ability, and the game will be really easy. This leader ability is so strong that can win you... Basically, it wins you games on its own. No sense at all. You are searching for 2 cards every turn, and there isn't a deck that can keep up with this value. Can simply swing with Kata without any problem. He will guard with a 2k, and then I will go with Sanji into Luffy. Luffy is huge here, because next to the Kata on the board, the -1 Dawn is not a problem at all. I will trade the Prospero, and thanks to Kata, in the end, I will ramp. So I'm again at 10 Dawn, and I have no problem to use a Giant. Here he goes with a 2 cost Kata into an 8 cost Kata. That is really good. And he will play another 8 cost Kata from his hand. Okay, here I could trigger. Yeah, I decided to do so, to remove the padding. That was pretty good during the game. Okay, here, as I said, he plays a second Kata. That is really good. And in this moment, I was like, okay, maybe starving was not the best of the idea, because I will never be able to trade these big bodies. Okay, here, pretty unlucky. A really bad top with a Sanji in hand. That's not what you want to see. And also really bad cards from the NAMI. So I will put everything on the bottom of the deck, and I will draw. Okay, so not a huge turn for me. I think that I will just swing, you know. Okay, I'm attacking small numbers, like 6, 8, because I was trying to force a block from his Kata, but he was not so stupid to block, so we'll just take. But I think that guarding a 6k was the right move, because now he is at 2 lives, and that's too low, I think. Okay. Here I play my Nami. I will put both cards on the top, because Red Rock can be pretty good. 8 cost Kata can be a target for Sanji, so I just wanted to keep them on the top. Okay, here he goes with an 8k. I want to block and give 1k. Okay, another mom, but that's fine for me, because one more life is always good. Okay, here he attacks for 6. I will just give him a 8 to my leader. I will just take. Okay, another Sanji. 9. I will use Thunder Bagua. Pretty good. And end of the turn, he will untap everything. But now I will keep swinging to his face. Okay. Tiara Mom is pretty huge, because thanks to Mom, I can put the God Treff in the life, and the God Treff ramps Addon active, so I can use double Giant the next turn, and that's huge, clearly. So I was doing it with 6, always to force that blocker. 8. Okay, he decided to take the attack. We'll just keep pushing. 9, 10, and then another Sanji. Okay, I will go 10 on 8. I want to clear the body. And he uses the 1-cost event. Okay. Sanji, Big Mom, the combo of the deck. I will discard a Sanji, no point to hold him. My board is full, so I will just untap one down with Kata and untap the Kata. Okay. Here I'm basically invincible in this moment, because I have a Giant, a blocker, 3 life, and I can use another Giant thanks to my trigger. Yeah. So even in the worst case scenario, some random cards, I will always survive. Yeah, here I can take a lot of lives without any problem. Okay, I will just guard. I will not use the Giant. I want to keep using my leader ability. Okay. Lot of counters here. I can just draw all of them thanks to leader ability and Nami if I want to. But I think that my lethal is pretty clear in this spot. He has 2 lives. I have 6 huge attacks and a red rock in my hand. And I can just go for game. I will start with an 8. Then a 9. Okay, here he will block and give me 2k, double 1k. Okay, pretty strange play. I think that you just want to survive in this spot. I don't think that you want to give a blocker and a counter. But now red rock and just keep swinging for the game. Okay, and the game is over. Okay, the third matchup is against the new Nami. That is a pretty good leader. And maybe the build that people are playing are not so good, but the leader, I think that is really good. Okay, here my end was a good end. Double ramp, 8-cost kata, basically everything I need. Okay. Here we'll just swing big, and I will use my gear 2 to counter. I don't want him to draw cards, basically. On 4, I will play my ramp. So I will swing 7. I decided to not start Nami, because his leader can draw, so no point to starve, I think. Okay, I will play my Zero Juro. And I will bounce it with Nojiko. But that's also fine with me, because he will not play a Cavendish. Okay. I'll go to 6 down. He drew another Bonchan. That is fine. Okay, here he uses his leader ability to guard 6k, discarding Okiku. So, as I said before, really good leader ability. Okay, here we go with a Bonchan into a Zero Juro. He will play a Cavendish and a 2-cost Stitch. That is a really good card and will put a lot of work in this game. Because now every turn he can attack really big. Yeah, I am already at 1 life. Here I was deciding, I was not sure to trigger this Red Rock, because I only play 1 and I know that he plays some big cards like the 8-cost Kid, so maybe it was correct to keep the Red Rock in hand. Here I can swing 5, 6. Yeah, I will not swing 6 because he uses the leader ability on the 5, so my leader will not attack. So maybe, not maybe, for sure, the correct play was to attack 4 with Zero Juro and 7 with the leader. Here I use Big Mo, and I will put the Cavendish at the bottom of his life. Here he will play a Kid, that is good, and use Stitch to assign 2 dots and keep pushing. Okay, so I'm at 0 life. Not a wonderful spot, but I still have a lot of cards in hand. Okay, now I will start to use my leader ability, and the game should be really easy from now and going on. Here I drew a Nami. Okay, I have another mom, but I decided to swing big. I want to remove the Kid. He has like 4 cards in hand. Now he has only 2 or 3. So these swings should be enough to clear the Kid. Okay, and here he let him go. So I will just go with 6 to his leader. And I will play the Nami with Dopendon. Okay, so I am pretty safe. I think that I will just place on the bottom of the deck some bricks. No point to keep the 7-cost spell in hand. And here his board is almost empty. I think that I just need 1 more turn to stabilize, and the game is over. Okay, here he wants to clean my Bonchan. I think that is right. Okay, here he goes with a Red Rock plus Stitch to swing for 10. Maybe a desperate play, but he needs to push, so I think that is correct. He will swing for a 10k, but I will just use Gear 2 plus a 2k. And again, leader ability. And the combo, Sanji plus Big Mom. Yeah, that's insane. Now I can just clear his board, add the life, and keep pushing. No sense at all, this deck is disgusting. Yeah. I will put the Teach on the bottom of his life. Don't care. Okay, here I can swing 6 to make him use his leader ability. Now, in the end, I decided to swing 7, because I was not worried about anything, and I wanted to just push. Okay. Here, he goes for a padding. And my hand after the padding was decent, because I have a decent amount of counters. And here, he goes on the Big Mom. I think that this attack is wrong, but it does not change the output of the game, the outcome of the game. I think that the game is still over. Yeah, here I can just add 2k and put the blocker on the top of my deck, and I'm immortal basically. His board is really weak, my board is huge, as you can see. I will just keep attacking. He will use his leader ability and guard this 9. I will keep swinging for 9 without any problem. He will take another 9. He will take this one too. And 16 is just lethal. Yeah, no problem at all. This matchup is pretty easy. Okay, the final was against Bonnie. That with the new supports is not so bad. I think that is a valid deck. I don't think that is a tier 1, but it's not a terrible deck. And in this game, I will starve. I decided to starve. I think that starving Bonnie is okay. I don't want to give him resources and response in the early game. I will just start swinging when his 8-cost kid is not a menace. And I will just start to swing when I found my red rock, basically. Okay, solid start for him with a Kid and Killer Searcher. Kid and Killer is a really good card, and he will add a Low Beppo, that is also a good card. Okay, on my 3-down turn, I will just play down the Zorjuro, and I will pass. As I said, I will not attack. Okay, he swings for 7, that is fine with me. And he plays another Searcher. And he will add another Low Beppo. Okay. Here, I will swing with 4 with Zorjuro, because as I said, I don't want to give him any life. Okay, here he makes a strange play, because he decided to sacrifice the Kid and Killer to untap a Dawn and tap it to use the leader ability, but I had no intention to swing with my leader, so no point into doing so. Okay, here I found my 8-cost Kata, another one. I just need 1, so I will put 1 back. And I don't need the Thunder Bow, so I will put it on the bottom of the deck, and I will just pass. My board here is pretty solid. I am not worried about anything. I just need to find my Sanji, my big bodies essentially. Okay, here Cavendish is really good. He will play also a Tashigi. So, solid board for both of us. And they will pass. Okay. I will just play my 8-cost Kata and pass the turn. Okay, here he goes with the 8-cost kid that is protected thanks to Tashigi. I will just block and guard at 6k, and I will start using my leader ability. Okay. So, the combo that is also incredibly good in this spot, because I can put the 7-cost event into my life. That is insane. Okay, here we go with an 8k, and he will decide to tap my leader. That is fine. Okay, he will give me double 2k, That is really good for me. Then I will go with a Sanji to Big Mom. And I decided to target his Tashigi because I wanted him to tap the Tashigi. Yeah, I targeted the Cavendish to make him tap Tashigi, so I can beat with Zero Juro on Tashigi, ramp 1 active done, and I will go with 8 on Cavendish. And they will give me 2 more cards to 0 cost event. So I knew that his hand was only 2 Luen Beppo. Okay, here I will tap the Big Mom. And he will swing 6 on Nami. I think that there is no point to keep Nami alive, so I will just let her go. And now his leader is a 7k. That is huge. I will just keep the 7 to bottom deck Cavendish. He will pass, and now I will draw a Red Rock. And I decided to use my Red Rock in this turn, because my top was not so good, basically. And that's a strange turn, because I want both my Sanji and my Red Rock. And also if the stack was really bad, I decided to keep this card on top, because I wanted to use both Red Rock and Sanji during this game. But maybe that was a mistake, and you will see why. Okay, here I decided to start swinging, because my board is pretty good, his hand was really low. And I will just use Red Rock on the Luen Beppo, because it's basically because he's bigger than Kid. And if he uses the Kid ability, for me it's fine, because his hand is really small, and my bodies are all too big. So I think that I will not have so many problems dealing with the 8 cost Kid. In fact, here he decided to not swing with Kid and not rely on him at all. Okay. Here I will add a Sanji, but the stack is too bad. I will just put everything on the bottom of the deck. I will draw another spell. So I was like, okay, I have like 8 good target for Sanji still in the deck. Maybe I can gamble. So here I will just play a Sanji that reveals a Gangnam Giant, so unlucky. But there is no problem at all. My hand was terrible anyway, so that was the only play. He will swing, and I will just guard, no point going to low lives. Here he goes with a 10k, and I decided to take this attack, because I think that the next attack will be an 11k, and I will just block and counter with Giant. Okay, here he places down a lot of blockers. So I was like, okay, he was low on cards in hand, but a lot of blockers could help him to deal with my big board, thanks to his Kid. And again, my stack is not the best, but still decent, I think. I think that in this turn I will just swing big to remove his blockers. And here I start with a 9. He will use the leader ability right away to tap my Sanji and give me a blocker. So I was like, okay, blocker on a 9k attack, he has no 2ks in hand for sure. So I will just keep swinging 9. I will use my 9 Cosmo, kill again, put the blockers to life. And I will go 8 on 8. Maybe the right play was to go 9 on 8. Because now Odi Jones could still tap everything, but I'm never dead, because my hand was full of counters. Yeah, here he tries to go for Lidl, but as you can see, my hand is really huge, full of counters. I will just keep taking all drives and guard the last one to make him go all in. But yeah. Okay, so as you can see, I decided to play a pretty standard list. I like the Zero Juro more than the 3 cost spell, the Big Mom spell. And I decided to play just one copy of each blue event, mainly because thanks to the leader, you see a lot of cards during the game, so you usually are able to see everything you need. And I decided to play 2 Thunder Bagua, because I think that they are great against aggro decks that in this tournament I did not face, but I think that Bello Bet is the worst matchup of the deck, and you need Bagua to face that. And for the rest, the deck is disgusting, like really strong, maybe too strong, and I hope that they do something about it and about the purple situation in general, because Gangnam Giant is broken, 8 cost Kata is broken, this deck, this leader is broken, but I can say pretty surely that it's the best deck in OP11 by far, at least for me. Okay guys, thanks for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye!